What's happening, everybody? Thank you for showing up again. Let's get into this intro, man. Dude, college football got us fucking watching. O- Ohio State out here smashing and dashing. I mean, fuck, dude. We're gonna talk a little bit of college football. We're gonna talk, of course, like always, after dark Raiders football talk. So let's get into the start of this. Let's go. What's happening, everybody? Man, I hope everybody's having a great day, fucking wonderful day. Uh, Out here, uh, on YouTube, at home with your people, with your family, and everything else. Uh, we got 3 more weeks left, right? It's a little bit of a hard time. We're all having a little bit of a hard time. We're all sitting here watching what's going on, and I'm hearing from other people, this and this and this and this and this. Coach got to go. Coach got to stay. Giraffe Shador, he's the most ready. Giraffe Cam Ward, it's everywhere right now. Um, we will talk about it a little bit. Don't mean we're gonna figure it out. We're just gonna talk about it. Yeah, so kind of is what it is. Um, First of all, I'm gonna address this. You cannot, and I mean you cannot, blame what it do. You cannot blame AP for everything that's going down. You can't. That is completely and utterly wrong. You can blame AP for the things that don't happen. Okay, let's be honest. Uh, I'm not gonna lie to anybody. I'm not gonna sugarcoat anything. Has he done everything great? No. This man is not even the worst head coach that we've even had. Not everything is actually his fault. However, I hear people send me clips and different stuff, and such and such said, look, man, what's going on right now with the AP is not right to him. However, I will say this: we see this a lot in the NFL. We really do. We see it a lot in the NFL. It happens quite often. Uh, you know, um, the Raiders gave Max Crosby a $7 million bonus. Oh, we're gonna talk about that because there's a lot of moving parts we need. Dubs, hey, bro, and you stay on it, bro. I'm just trying to be consistent, with my time and everything else. Because sometimes that falls off. But like, sitting here watching the situation, watching what's going down. The Raiders have spent the least amount of money, actually, like cash in hand this year. They're last in the NFL, completely last. That's with giving Max Crosby a bump. That's with giving, I think, that total guaranteed money up front that they gave um, Gardner. I think they guaranteed $15 million of his contract. Yeah, so we're gonna say they at least gave him 10 to 15 on that. Gave Max a $7 million bonus, right? And they signed Wilkins, right? they're still dead last in the NFL. Think about that. So they're not actually getting everything they can. They're not exhausting every measure to build this team. Okay. Now, is there some things that I see that AP can do better as a head coach? I do. There's a lot. Um, I don't think the hiring of Getty was great. Um, I think he's in a bad situation. I think it's where the coach doesn't have a great situation, so therefore the offensive coordinator doesn't have a good situation, and it's kind of leading into to a path where they're gonna have to figure out what they're gonna do. Hold on. Let me get my fucking link this out so I get these chats. Shit show, and they they didn't want him to make moonshine. Okay, I know, no, I really understand that. You mean because it is a fucking shit show. Okay, baby, Nubian said hello. You see that I'm doing this shit on live on YouTube. You know what I mean? But there's certain things franchise way that they didn't do for AP. He also hasn't chosen his own quarterback. He hasn't. Um, hold on. This is yes, he's playing hard. Right. Hold on. Hey, Dubs, I I agree 1,000% with you, and I'll even keep it like this, dude. They also have a decimated defense. Decimated defense. This defense ain't who the fuck is on the defense? I mean, seriously. I mean, Max is out. Kuntz is out. Wilkins is out. Let's see. Diablo's out then in, out then in. Let's see. What's Bennett is out. Epps is out. So this defense is also decimated. I'm gonna say one thing though about Tom Telesco over here and that shit fucking followed him completely, completely followed it. You know what I'm saying? Because this is some old Charger shit. I mean, so but I will say this though, like there are some things that the AP does that I'm just not cool with. You mean like the way he ends games and ends halves. Like you can't end shit like that. He's not a defensive play caller and he's not an offensive play caller. You are a game manager. Okay? Manage the game. When you get a first down in the second half and it's 1 minute to go, you run a play and waste half of that 1 minute. When you can call a timeout, you have 3 timeouts. These are little simple things. You mean show that he's managing the game. I'm not trying to say because I play Madden, I understand I'm great at fucking football, but some of these things are that basic, you know, in nature. So I understand how people can say, hey, you know what? I get that. And ultimately, he could not get old boy who went to the Commanders as an offensive coordinator. Well, he did choose Getty. Uh, I, I, fuck, dude. I mean, I would have just hired whatever Turner's last name, first name. I don't know, Kyle, fucking Sheldon. I don't know. He got one of those type of names, but whatever, dude. Just I would have hired him. You know what I mean? Let me get to this one. He's a coach, and he can only teach you how to complete it. Yes, yes, I I definitely understand that. Definitely understand that. Um, you have to look at both things though, too. Though you know what I mean? There's like against the Chiefs, right? JPJ snapped that ball, right? Everybody blamed JPJ. Some people blamed AP for it, right? But people were blaming JPJ for uh that uh missed snap of the ball. Well, the current offense setup is where the guard slaps the fucking center, and what then the center hikes the ball, right? So the first guy who actually moves is the fucking guard, right? To smack the fucking center, right? To hike the ball, right? So he gets smacked, he hikes the ball, and everything's on JPJ for that game, right? This is the truth, right? I'm not blaming JPJ for that because JPJ is a fucking beast. JPJ is a better center fucking guard than most of the players on this fucking team. However, this is what we're dealing with. Everybody's blaming JPJ, right? It wasn't even on him. You mean? Uh, so optics and shit like that, you have to look at. Do I want my coach who doesn't call defense or offense to be better? Uh, do I want him to be better as a game manager? I do. I do. He needs to be better at. Hold on. Let me get to this next chat. Defense is missing a bunch of pieces in our division. We need a upgrade everywhere, including AP. I have faith in Telesco. Get that first QB first, then BPA. The rest of the draft. Good football players. Okay. Um. Yes and no. I also have. Can I ask you a question? Do you trust Telesco to fucking hire the right coach? We've seen the bullshit that he's trotted out there for the fucking Chargers. And let's be honest, most of us was like, shit, as long as he keeps pulling this bullshit at fucking coach, we're straight. We ain't got to worry about them. You know what I'm saying? Because, I mean, they got some bullshit out there as fucking head coach. Let's be honest. We have no line. We have no QB. Stevie Wonder can see. I agree. I agree. And then you also have a head coach with a short contract. And Mark Davis literally fired John Gruden quit, but he just got through firing. We ain't gonna say his name. We're just gonna call him Fat Nick. Okay, he just fired Fat Nick, hired AP. Right, the team wanted us to keep what's his name? Dude with the Italian last name. Uh, but you know what I mean? I can't think of his name right now. However, we didn't keep him, and then we hired Fat Nick. You know what I'm saying? And then it just began to fucking snowball off of that. You know what I mean? And the Raiders are in a situation if they're gonna move on from AP, they're probably gonna have to offer the next head coach. They're gonna have to guarantee at least 3 years, 3 fucking years. This is the type of fucking shit we're going. And let's be honest, we don't even know if this coach is gonna be any good. Honestly, I think there are weapons. They're gonna have to retain Jacoby Mayer and uh, Brock is a legit number one. Legit. Brock is a legit number one. He's His first fucking year, he's started off on a Hall of Fame track. There's very few tight ends who started off as a rookie and playing this fucking well. Let's be honest. Yeah, I agree. I this type of team would have needed an elite running back, killer defense, and elite running back. That's what this team would be successful with. However, we pull in an offensive coordinator who runs outside zone, right? Right, runs outside zone, and then trots out Zamir, a gap runner. You know, so yeah, Telesco is the reason we lost. You ain't lying. You can't blame AP for that. You cannot blame AP for Josh Jacobs wanting to go somewhere else. Let's see. We have like 5 head coaches you would be okay with. Let's hope and pray he doesn't stray away from them. Okay. Fat Nick. Yeah. Right? We just call him Fat Nick for the rest of his fucking career. Fat Nick. Yup. There is no job security here. And this team's going to need to. They're going to have to foster that in with either the next head coach or with AP. I'm not going to say AP has done something that's unforgivable, but something's going to have to happen. And there's the fucking scenarios that go down, dude. Like, there's a lot of shit, dude. Like, do you hire an offensive coordinator who has a longer contract than your head coach? Let's think about that. Do you do that? How can anyone work with a clear head that your boss don't trust you? Right? Hold on. We all have jobs, right? We've all had jobs, right? We all had some fucking shitty jobs at that, right? You know what I mean? And we know how it is to work for somebody that don't like you or that, it's it's tumultuous. I recently went through some things with my own boss, and where he actually moved me to a different shift so he can keep his eye on me. And a day later, he's sitting there patting me on my back. He's like, "God damn, hey bro, you're doing really good." You mean? So sometimes you really need to have your time to shine. You mean? Because I was put in a situation where they said most people fail, and I did it. I stepped up to the plate. I fought. I clawed. I did everything I had to do. I made shit happen. You mean? So yeah, Robinson, I don't even understand what the fuck you are talking about. Wow. I just believe that we need a young offensive head coach with good creativity and playback. You mean play calling? Yeah, I understand that. I understand that train of thought. Um, at the very least, you're gonna need uh, an offensive coordinator to be able to start developing whatever fucking quarterback you draft, because it's imperative. You can't waste the first year of your quarterback's career. Now, I'm not saying that they're going to come out and immediately start, because Lord knows Tom Brady, if you like it or not, Tom Brady is a factor now. Tom Brady was brought in just to give his opinion on the team, just to sit here and tell people what he thinks, what should go on, right? And he said it on multiple occasions that he wants his a rookie quarterback to sit for a year. minimum 6 games and digest the NFL, figure out what's going on. And let's be honest, having Gardner and having AOC, it ain't gonna be good for them, dog. Because any sack they take, any incompletion, Raider Nation's gonna be screaming for the new guy. Let's be honest. There's no way to learn but to succeed and be put into the fire, because that's exactly how it's gonna go. We all know that. You mean we all know that this is where it's gonna go. And this is how it's gonna be. So it's gonna be a trip. And I was told something today that made me think and kind of like how to reevaluate my shit. The Raiders don't draft first round quarterbacks. The last time they did it was 2007. It's almost 20 fucking years. And it was 20 years before that, the guy, nearly 20 years before that they drafted a first round quarterback. This shit is not something that we do quite often. And it's put this whole team in a tumultuous track, because a lot of the upper management, I'm going to say the advisors, right? The advisors to Mark Davis, they think if you draft the wrong fucking quarterback, well, you're set back for fucking 5 to 6 years. And that's not the case anymore. We see teams, we've seen the Arizona Cardinals draft a cat out of UCLA, very next year draft a cat out of Oklahoma, right? Guess what? Did it set them back 5 years? Because they drafted 2 cats back to back in the first round? It sure the fuck didn't, dude. And the Raiders are not limited to that same situation. They are not. Just like Carr, but we traumatized that Bible thumper. And you know what, dude? We also paid him. That man is generationally rich. His grandchildren ain't gonna need money. This fool's just had a compound built in Bakersfield that we paid for, the Raiders paid for. Bro, you see this? See that? Look, see that? I pay good money for my Raider gear. I spent a lot of money on my Raider gear. Guess what, dude? I help finance that shit. You help finance that shit. Every one of you guys sit here and you guys fucking contribute and pay in towards the Raiders, right? And guess what? We paid for that. Okay, so Derek Carr had a little bit more than just his trauma, his being traumatized. Because you know what? If you want to be serious about Derek Carr, he, prior to his leg being broken, he was a different quarterback. He was a fucking way different quarterback. That quarterback, that Derek Carr was fearless. He was going to sling the rock. Did he have fucking issues? And most quarterbacks are fucking divas and have problems. And you know, they want to run the roost, and they want everybody to sit back and listen to them. And, you know, I'm the first guy here. I'm the last guy to leave. And, you know, recognize me. I get the credit when we win. Don't blame me when we lose type shit. This is what happens. This is how quarterbacks act. I'm not going to say all quarterbacks, but there's a lot of them. There's a lot of them. A new head coach is going to have to learn everything. AP learning now. Looking at the Steelers coach, Steelers one coach, no matter what job, security. How many times have they gone to the ball? How many rings they got? They got quite a few rings. Okay, I think they lead the league in rings. However, I think they've only had since we're gonna say 73 they've only had 3 head coaches. 3. We could say there's a couple times and points where we've had 3 head coaches in 2 fucking years. You know what I'm saying? Oh, Bisaccia was yeah. I wanted to say Biscotti, but yeah, it's Bisaccia. I knew I'd get it sooner or later. You know what I mean? Let's see this one. Art Sanders say this is like an Eli situation. Primetime is gonna make sure Shador goes to the Raiders. Got to get some weapons. Okay, but Prime has also said that he wants AP to coach him. You know what I mean? So think about that too. You know what I mean? Let me see. I agree, Does. We have to stay. We have to stay being. Alright. Unfortunately, this is where we're at. This is where we're at, and fuck, dude. It fucking sucks, dude. I never want to apologize for a win. I never want to sit back and go, I hope the boys fucking the fucking my squad don't pull it out. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Brady believes in Shador. I trust him until he proves me wrong. Hey, you know what? You have to give him the benefit of the doubt. Because if you don't think that Tom Brady wants to rub in the face of Kraft and Bill Belichick that he's an executive and still winning Super Bowls, yeah, it just further pushes his fucking career and further validates him as a fucking player and as a football mind. I mean, let's be honest. Okay, we got a hell yeah. Love Derek, the person, not the player. Right? He was a completely different player. The black coach has job security. Okay. Fuck it. I'll say it. We've seen minority coaches literally get raw dealed all day long. We've seen Steve Wilkes. We've seen Steve Wilkes get he got done bad twice. You know what I mean? As a head coach, and then probably played this generation's best quarterback, losing the Super Bowl, and and then take the blame for that. We've seen Brian Flores take some raw deals out there. You mean? You know, it's just it is what it is, and this is where we are as a franchise. You know, I've had conversations all day about this. I'm kind of hoping that things turn out right. I mean, but there are some offensive coordinators, if we stick with AP, that I think can be better for this team and help develop a quarterback. I mean, you got Eric Bieniemy. He had a part in help developing Patrick Mahomes. He's not even in the NFL as of right now. That's a coach you can bring in. Let's see. Tom was. I get that. Also, too, Michael Jordan was supposed to be the greatest basketball player ever. He wasn't a great fucking NBA owner, though. Let's be honest. He wasn't. But he was the baddest motherfucker on the court, right? So, I mean, these are things that happen. I mean, I'm a big-time Magic Johnson fan, but you know what I mean? As a head coach, you know what I mean? Fucking front office guy, it didn't work out that great, bro. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, and I'm not trying to talk shit about Magic, but that's my guy. Magic's that guy for me, you know? And I grew up during the Showtime Lakers era. I know the type of gravity he holds and what he brought, you know, to the NBA. But he just wasn't. I think sometimes these guys. I think Kobe Bryant said it best. They asked him if he wanted to coach, and then he said, "I don't identify with regular players. That things that they go through and the things that they have to work on, it doesn't register with me." And we're gonna see if Tom Brady can. I mean, Ozzie Newsome was a Hall of Fame tight end. Now I'll say this: he did work his way up from the bottom of the chain all the way up to general manager, and he consistently had the Ravens in position to make the playoffs, potentially win the Super Bowl. He always built great defenses, great run game, great offensive line. Fuck it. For an offensive guy, he can build a defense like no other. I mean, he drafted a middle linebacker who most said probably couldn't play the position in the NFL. He was too small. What did he do? He came out and changed the position. You mean he had enough foresight to see all these things? So, I mean, and you can swing it both ways with this. Yeah, you mean so? Moving on from that, you know, just there's many different scenarios that are going to happen, go down. If we do move on from AP, there are some coaches I think will be available. I was talking with somebody today. You know, everybody from what I hear is everybody believes Vrabel's coming through. I don't think he's coming through. Why would he come here? Excuse me. Ohio State is knocking at his door. Ohio State has one of the best rosters in all of college football. You can hate them, you can love them, you can do whatever you want. The proof in the pudding is they consistently have a top 4 recruiting class every year. Every year. These are now new rivals for me, and I'm a big SC fan, right? You cannot deny the validity of Ohio State. We've seen, I think, in the college football playoffs, we've seen Georgia, and most of us watch CJ Stroud like, oh, he's a dog. Man, this is what we need. This is the type of quarterback we need. Why? Because Ohio State came out and gave Georgia. Georgia had a fucking NFL starting defense, complete NFL starting defense, and gave them everything they wanted. And should have won the fucking game if Brian Day was not trying to fucking win by a field goal. If he would have just put his money, put his trust in his quarterback, and let him run his fucking team down the fucking field and win, they would have won that game. They would have won that game, and they would have smashed. I think it was TCU who made it to the final. But I fully expect Vrabel to go to Ohio State at least for 2 to 3 years. Let's see this. Bro, this is college football, bro. Anything can happen. Anything can happen. Because guess what? What the boosters want, they get. The people supplying the money, they get. And guess who they want? They want Mike Vrabel. And they're willing to put up all the money for that stuff. So guess what, dude? There's times, dude, with programs, they got to do what they got to do. You know what I mean? And if they want Vrabel, they're going to get Vrabel. Guarantee you. Guarantee you. You're talking millions of dollars. Because once these boosters start withholding money and they can't get the type of players that they're used to getting, they're gonna go. Yeah. Other than them winning a national championship, uh, Mike Vrabel's going to fucking Ohio State. It's the truth. But again, there's some other. I like Cohen. Uh, I like Frank Smith. Hell, there's even a scenario. I was talking with Robinson earlier. There's a scenario that you can get Frank Smith to come over here and start coaching this offense and helping AP. Uh, uh, because of his ties to the Raiders and him being in the McVay system, him being in the Mike McDaniel system, and these are cutting edge systems. This is the man who coached Darren Waller from a really fast guy who was on the practice squad of the Ravens into a fucking Pro Bowler. He's got coaching chops. Has he actually came out and called offense? No, he hasn't. However, he's a legit. He's one of the guys who's next in line to either be a play caller or a head coach. You also have, I think his name is Steichen out of Indianapolis. That's another guy. When he was with the Eagles, put together a great offense for the Eagles. He helped develop Jalen Hurts. So there's some things that the Raiders can do to help AP. It's gonna cost money. It's gonna cost money. And it's gonna cost some guarantees. Also, let's see what they do. I mean, things can end up so bad that they just blow up the whole coaching staff. We're gonna see. We're gonna see quick too. We need creativity on offense and speed and some play. Bro, I'm telling you, lots of speed. And that Mike McDaniel's offense, fucking Al Davis would love that shit. He'd be all about that. He would be all over that. Could you imagine all the speed receivers Al Davis would collect and the fast ass running backs he would always have? Oh my God. You mean with that type of creativity, man, this would be some really good shit. This would be some next level shit. But those are all ifs and buts. I'm looking forward to the game tomorrow. Unfortunately, I understand the assignment. It is what it is. I'm used to saying just win by any means. Raiders need to win. Yeah, I'm sorry, dude. I can't do it anymore. The Raiders need a quarterback. It's way too long overgone, dude. This has to be addressed. It has to come to fruition. And this is the first time in a long time I'm actually really, really worried about the franchise because what's our next step? How do we get the next guy? If we move on from AP, what do we do with the offensive coordinator? Patrick Graham is on the last year of his contract. What do we do at defensive coordinator? Who are we bringing in? What are we doing? First 3 rounds with playmakers on offense. Okay. Can I say something though? The Raiders need a running back. We went from having a secured, really great running back room, right? Can you name me a team with other than the Patriots? I'll give you the Patriots, right? Can you name me a team with a worse running back room right now? So we have the worst quarterback room and the worst running back room in the NFL. We got a center in Andre James that don't block anybody. Boy doesn't block anybody. Truth be told. Yeah. Probably have like one of the worst centers, and then what they're doing is because they need guard help, they're moving JPJ from center back to fucking guard. It's more the shit. It's more the same shit. It's a fucking dirty game. If you're sitting here really watching what's going on and how this team is progressing, without making it obvious, it's happening. It's really, really happening. Your best center, right, the anchor for your offense, ain't even playing his right position, bro. It is what it is. Life's hard out here. I get that. I mean, because I think I was talking with Kate today. We were talking about Ollie Gordon. We all agreed we probably won't get Genty. We probably won't get Genty. However, Ollie Gordon, shit. Me personally, I'm a big Woody Marks fan. I think you get a guy like him, let him run. You know, he can pass protect. Judkins, okay. I'll probably look in a little bit more on Judkins. They need to fix not only the quarterback position, they need to get solid at the running back position. Some of you guys have been Raider fans long enough to remember before we got Latavius Murray. You mean? How bad our running back position was. It was just a turnstile. It was fucking horrible. I mean, and then we got Latavius Murray. You know, we got him start. You know, when he started, you know, being the starter, things started to solidify for us. You know, and things started looking better. It's a trip. Okay, Ducks. A few good running backs. Cave was telling me that there's 25 good NFL quality running backs coming out this year. Trust me, we need it. We need it. We need a matter of fact, we need a double dip on running backs. I think we should double dip on running back. We should double dip at quarterback. I don't give a shit. Go get fucking Jackson Dart in the 4th round or 3rd round or whatever. Get two quarterbacks, get 2 running backs, and get none but offensive interior. Because at this point, this is what we need. This is what we need. You know, would I like a little bit more defensive line players? Hell yeah. A linebacker who isn't just a big ass safety. Yeah. You know what I mean? I would really love that. But we also got to see what kind of fucking coordinator we're bringing in. You know, if we bring back Pat Graham, we have a lot of players that fit what he wants. If not, dude, bringing somebody else, we're gonna have to figure out the type of defense the type of players we're gonna have to start drafting, type of players we're looking at in free agency. It's gonna be a trip. Right, exactly. And the Raiders have always put a premium at running back. I mean, we've seen Napoleon Kaufman. Some of us are old enough to see Bo Jackson, Marcus Allen. Uh, let's see, Charlie Garner. Say what you want about Michael Bush and Darren McFadden, but they were great. You mean? They were good 1-2 punch. They couldn't stay healthy together, but I think we went down there and destroyed fucking John Gruden's the payback with the Buccaneers, man. Hey, Dubs, I don't care. Just give me two. Give me two. And give me two running backs. Give me two running backs, and we need to surround JPJ with other like-minded fucking guards. Other like-minded guards. You start getting this inside of this offensive line playing nasty, playing aggressive, playing to the echoes of the whistle. Things could start changing for this team because your offensive line sets the goddamn. Hey, Robson, Shedeur Ben Johnson. Are you talking head coach? Honestly, I don't see Ben Johnson coming over here. I really don't. I really don't. I don't see Ben Johnson coming over here. I think that's a pipe dream. I do. You might get Liam Cohen. You might get the dude out of Houston. You might get Frank Smith. Everybody wants Ben Johnson right now. You have a lot of receivers. You need some offensive linemen. But Chicago's got a lot of those things. You mean? Already in place. They got a good young quarterback. They got receivers. I think they got a tight end too. Yeah, I don't think Ben Johnson. And here's another one. Everybody thinks you can just go get Higgins, right? Everybody in the NFL thinks that they're gonna go get Higgins. You know what I mean? He's not a number one, but he's a 2A. You know what I mean? Or 1B. Everybody in the NFL is going after this guy, bro. It's gonna be hard, bro. I wouldn't mind Wilkes as a defensive coordinator. Yeah, I agree. He has, but as of late, it's kind of like he's known to fire a coach too. That's our scenario. And that's what the rest of the NFL thinks about us. To be honest, you don't immediately have, if you immediately don't pay dividends. Hold on, let me get this mic out of here. You might get fired from the Raiders. Let's be honest. So that is kind of what the outlook of the NFL is on the Raiders right now, and especially with Tom Brady coming in, because nobody actually knows what the philosophy is or anything else. There's a lot of things to actually sit back and consider. But again, I ain't blaming AP for everything. Has AP been put in the best position? He has not. Is there things that he needs to get better at, especially as game manager? Yes, he does. However, I need to see what this team's doing, and I'm not going to just drink the Kool-Aid. I'm not going to just sit here and believe that somebody fucking comes on and says, I got a source that says this, bro. You know what I mean? Really? Really? You got a source? Cool. You mean? Because most of your people covering this team are fucking wrong a hell of a lot. A hell of a lot. Johnson is in a position where everybody in the NFL wants him. Everybody. Everybody wants him. And he wants, if he's going to go and be a head coach, he wants to be paid handsomely. And let's say this one too. What if Johnson is only an offensive coordinator? He's not a head coach. So after 2 years, what are you going to do? You're going to guarantee him 5 years and he's just a bad head coach? You're just going to sit there with him being a bad head coach and have the team hating him? So there has to be a middle ground in this whole situation. That's why I'm thinking you're going to have to guarantee 3 years. You mean? But with Ben Johnson, I mean, I heard people say he wants fucking, $15 million a year. You know what I'm saying? I don't know that personally to be true, but I mean, this is what we're dealing with, Raider Nation. It's not as easy as some people are going to paint it to be. But this team's got a lot of work ahead of them. It starts with the draft and the drafting of a quarterback. There's things I like that Cam Ward does. There's things I don't like that he does. If he came out last year, I would have still drafted him in the first round. Would I take him over Penix? No. Would I take him over old dude who went to New England? No. Would I take him over J5? No. Would I take him over Caleb? No. Would I take him over the cat who went to fucking Minnesota? JJ? Easily. All day. Better playmaker. I get that. I get that. You got to at least try, right? But at the same time, they're in a position where that your reputation as a team is kind of is what it is. So either you're gonna continue down that road or you're gonna give them another chance and actually, give them some better players, spend some money. Now, let's be honest. Mark has spent money on this team. We've seen John Gruden fuck up our salary cap, handing out money. We have. Mark will. I think when Fat Nick came over, I mean, he was handing out cash there. I mean, Jacoby Myers got some money. Chandler Jones got money. A lot of players got money straight up from the gate. They got paid cash in hand. That didn't happen this year. So let's see what goes on, man. I'm hoping for the best. I don't know what it's gonna be. I don't know how it's gonna happen. I'm gonna be here no matter what. I get that. And the only way you don't overpay for players and coaches is by how? By winning, right? Having an elite squad. You got to start putting this shit together. You got to start piecing together, good drafts. It starts with drafts, with the players you bring in and the coaching schemes that you're having. Like if you have a man defense and you're drafting zone players, bro, you fucking on some stupid shit. You mean? And let's face it, we've been in drafts. Fuck it, let's tell the truth. When they said Jonathan Abram, I was like, who? I didn't even think he was a first rounder. And then they backed up. Oh, he's a hitter. He's a tone setter. Okay. Can't cover. He's just a small ass linebacker. Not a coverage linebacker, but just a small ass Mike. That's all he was. You know what I mean? Run stuffer. Great hitter. I mean, fuck he. I think it's what his first game he destroyed his fucking shoulder. Yeah, he put a hat on a hat. He was good at that. But bro, I like Cleve Farrell coming out. I really like Cleve Farrell. Not at 4. And let's face it, that Damon Arnett pick, bro. I tried so hard to justify that shit. I really did. I really did try to justify that shit mentally, well, maybe, he just needs a chance. He did play very well, I mean, when it was Ohio State. And there was times where he was the best corner that they had. He was the one actually with the best ball skills and shit like that. The dude's a fucking nutcase. You mean? And he did not have the mental capability of being a fucking NFL corner. He couldn't handle having the money. He couldn't handle having fame. He couldn't handle all this shit. We've seen the Raiders draft these fucking players. We've seen this multiple times. So, yeah, these are things that's got to be corrected with this squad. Not drafting stupid fucking players in the fucking first round. No DJ Hayden's, please. I like Tyree Wilson. I think he can still grow and be a good defensive end. I think they need to find better ways to get him involved. I think when he's not at that wide 9 position, he's just so big and long. It takes him forever to get out of his stance. I would like him standing up, more of a 3-4 role. And if this man, I don't understand why coaches are not teaching him that long arm technique, the one that Khalil Mack perfected. Just come out, dominate him with one arm. You mean? Where that they can't. He's long enough to do that. You mean? I don't understand why they're not building this cat like that. There's so many fucking things you can do with this cat. They're not doing. You mean? And so, yeah. So there's things fundamentally with this team that they need to get better and they need to do better for this team. Drafting, player development. These are things that they need to do, and they need to fucking figure out what they're going to do with this head coaching position. Not everything is AP's fault. AP is not the bad guy in every situation. He's not. But they need to figure out what they're going to do going forward. I would love to see them either get him the help he needs. And let's face it, there's some of these cats, the Joe Philbins, the Marvin Lewis, bro, get them out. Bro, they ain't fucking helping him. Bro, they collecting checks, dog. You mean? That's all they're doing. You mean? We have taken a bunch of players. Or 3. Bro, didn't we draft somebody in the 3rd round to be a fucking special teams war daddy? This cat never even suited up for us, bro. I don't even remember his name. That's how bad this shit is, bro. Drafting some cats 1 to 3 rounds too early. Yes, quite often. Okay. I can say Telesco. Yeah, give me like 5 minutes. Telesco will go with the no-brainer first couple rounds. We'll say 3 rounds, right? 4th round, when it's time to lean on his scouts and shit like that, he kind of falls off. You rarely see where Telesco hits 4th round on. Now, a broken clock is broken. It's right twice a day. You know what I mean? So you got to give him that. But like, I think Glaze, JPJ, and of course, the rookie tight end sensation were all solid picks. All solid picks. And I think if you at least continue at that, you're going to build up a squad. You will. It's going to be a lot slower. But like we seen with Gruden, they would fuck up the first 2 picks consistently. And then after that, they were picking really good players. I mean, we got Max Crosby in the 4th round. You mean? A little too late. You fucked the whole draft. Bro, John Gruden drafted 1 fucking good player. 1. Josh Jacobs in the 1st round. 1. You know and that was a fucking no-brainer. Hey, no, I get that. But, at the same time, though, we all also have to understand that, like, he also didn't spend shit. He also didn't really help the team a lot. He didn't spend any money. He didn't. The Raiders are dead last in cash out of hand spent on players. Dead last. I'm not making this shit up. It's just the truth. Bro, we wouldn't be in the situation we are in right now. In 2 years, they had 5 first rounders. Let's say they just got the obvious best player in those 2 drafts, right? Just those 2 drafts, right? I don't think we're in the same situation we're in right now. You know what I mean? To be honest. I get that. But what I'm saying is you're last in the NFL in spending. You're last in the NFL in spending. That you can't dispute that. You mean? Yeah, he did something as soon as free agency came out. Boom, put our names in the hat. Got a good player. Got Gardner Minshew, and then that was it. What else? And who else did he get after that? Nobody. You can't blame AP for that. You blame Telesco for that. You need your GM to to make up for deficiencies in the fucking locker room with free agency and the draft. It's a 2-part system. That very well could be, but I'll say this one though. Our fucking team is fucking injured as fuck right now. Injured as fuck. That's normally a Chargers thing, right? I mean, most of my defense is out. That happened. It's not all Telesco's fault either, though. You know what I mean? It's a collection of shit. Mark Davis is at fault too. There's times where he bro, I mean, Michael Penix, we could have traded up to get Michael Penix last year. We really could have. You know, we could have traded up. I think it cost the Minnesota Vikings a 4th rounder to trade up to get JJ. A 4th rounder. Not a 2nd rounder, not an additional 1st rounder, a 4th rounder, bro. Yeah. So, again, JJ was drafted before Michael Penix. You know what I'm saying? And what Atlanta did was the right thing. You might have a quarterback. Let's make sure we have a quarterback. You know what I'm saying? I get it. Hopefully, a new Telesco with head coach and free agent strategy for where but probably goes nowhere but up, right? That's all we can hope for. That's all we can hope for. At this point, we're in dire straits. Bro, we're literally rooting for this team to get the fucking number 1 overall fucking pick. That's where we're at. That's where we're at. I mean, last week, when we're throwing Hail Marys, I know some of y'all was nervous. Don't catch it. Don't catch it. Don't fucking catch it. Hell no. Knock it down. Because I'll keep it a buck. I'll say, yeah, I was like that. I sure was. Fuck, I understand the assignment. And if it's Shedeur, it's Shedeur. If it's Cam Ward, it's Cam Ward. Team Tech, yeah. Even the fans. Even the fans are down with the cheerleaders like, dude, we suck. Don't win. Don't go Raiders. You mean? Just kind of where we're at in life, man. This shit sucks. But look, I've been on for an hour. I love you guys. Thank you guys for showing up, man. I say this every time I end the broadcast, but seriously, man, love the people who love you. Yeah, I get that, man. You mean, but really do that. Life's fucking short, man. Got news that one of my girl's friends, kid that just passed away, man, at 14, bro. Hey, bro, love your loved ones, man. We don't know what tomorrow's bringing. Take time out. Let them know that you love them and be there for them. Be there for each other too. There's a lot of people here. You guys contact me, and I'm an open book. I'll talk to you. I don't think I'm better than anybody. Most of you guys follow me on Instagram, X, all that shit. I'm always a click away. Man, if you guys need to talk to me or each other, man, we got to take care of each other. We got to love our own families and everything else, man. So let's continue to do that. Life's fucking really short, man. Man, love you guys. Hold on. I got to do it because I miss my boy. Let's see. See, they don't rearrange everything. Right on, baby.
Thank you, Mo. You've done the Lord's work. Jones, you done pouting? You want to come out and say goodbye, or are we just going to roll through this?
Y'all kiss my black ass.
I love life, bro. That's my dog. Late.